What is up, Globetrotters? What I like to do for the Geoguessr daily challenge is we are incepted into a place somewhere around the world. We have to move around, figure out where we are. We got 5 shots, the perfect score of 5,000 points. And if you think you know where you are, please help me. Shout it out. But I beg of you folks, no Googling. This looks like the Middle East. Middle East or North Africa. We have a disembodied person. A big ass. What is that? Crazy fucking. What the fuck is this? This is awful. This is some scary shit right here. What is this, Turkey? Did you get those? Spanish language, right? Policia Nacional. What nation? Policia Nacional of what? At Policia. Good luck. I suck. This is no help for me. I don't know. I think everyone's from... This is Spain. This is actually Spain, I think. Yeah. Is this Madrid? That's the Spanish flag. You don't think it's Spain? Palma. Is there a city... Portugal. No, I think it's Spanish, not Portuguese. So I'm confident that this is the nation of Spain, and now let's see if we can get the... It's old too. There's some old city here. I think in Madrid. We have never gotten Madrid on the... Stop picking on the Portuguese. Who's picking on anyone? No one's picking on anyone. Only good vibes. See? Victor Slim. Victor Slim says, much love. In a brotherly way. No homo. Kind of way. Keep on doing your thing. Maybe just a little homo, Victor Slim. Maybe just a little. Yavante? Where's that? Where's that, Kizzy? What part of Spain? Beat is gay. I am not. But, you know, I got nothing but love for all you fine people. I'm the big spoon that's all, hi-oh, Victor Slim. No one's accusing Victor Slim of being the small anything. You going to bed, Orion? Good night, man. Call me what you will, sir. Just don't call me late for dinner. Where is Yavante in Spain? See, anytime you guys, anytime you guys accuse me of being gay, I just go, this is all wish fulfillment for these people. I shouldn't burst their bubble. Oh, it's on. Okay. Mallorca. Willard says, first off, great song. Yeah, dude. 46 and 2 is like my favorite Tool song. Second, I apologize asking a risk question while you're not paying risk. All good. We can file it. We can file it for the future. How would you feel with the fog of war setting? The card count, as well as the number of troops. Invite a whole new strategy meta. Yeah, it would make it harder. I think anything that helps force the action is good. So you don't want too much hidden information that would disincentivize action. That's how I answer that. This is Slovenian? Hungary. HR. Hungary. No, HR is Croatia, right? Have you ever done or thought about doing risk series on Guess the ELO? Or it's games for other people. Guess what? Right there. That could be fun. I don't know, man. I'm a lot more interested in, generally speaking, I'm a lot more interested in my gameplay and like orders of magnitude more interested in my gameplay than other people's, right? Which is why you so rarely see me talk about or really pay all too much attention to other people's Risk games and far much more attention to my own. I think this is Hungary. Czechoslovakia. Yeah, I thought so. But I want to give the question a little bit more too. We will be playing Risk this stream with it, so stick around and we can talk about it in far more detail if you'd like. I think it's still Hungary. Yeah, Serbo-Croatian? Yeah. HR. HR is Croatia. Why was I lifting a bunch of bricks? Because I extended one of my gardens. So I have a bunch of bricks. My entire house is surrounded by interlocking. And then I have an interlocking patio in the backyard with like some garden planters that are also ringed by brick. And I wanted to extend them, so I had to lift the brick and then put this sort of like the stone coping around. Which, you know, you can imagine was quite heavy for an old man such as myself. But we didn't. We're feeling okay. No, I don't think we're ever going to do the house tour. Unfortunately, I don't. I ran that by the girl, and she's like, I'm not feeling it, man. There has to be a limit to how much we share with the people, which I think is a fair thing for her to kind of weigh in on. Joe says, I have a challenge for you. Win a game of progressive cast without taking a single 100% roll. Oh, that is so cringe. I see what you're doing. Bad dice caps. I got to dial every roll down. That would be actually impossible because when you're trying to run board, right, you wouldn't have the time to do it. I think I'm not going to say it would be impossible. I would say very, very hard to accomplish that. The random works. Oh, that's new pressure solved the problem for you, Joe. You solved it in one. True random dice. Now what are you going to do? Kizzy says, have you found that when you meet new people these days, you get treated differently if you tell them how many subscribers you have on YouTube, or do you just not tell them? I don't introduce myself as a YouTuber. I've never introduced myself with my profession, ever. When people ask me what I did, I used to say I cut grass. That's how I answered it. And I would let people make up their own mind. I'd let them ask follow-up questions, and I would answer them honestly. But I don't necessarily think that my profession is the end-all be-all of who I am, nor should it be immediately relevant to an introduction when I'm meeting a person for the first time, right? So if they ask follow-up questions about YouTube or, you know, what I do for a living, I'm happy to share. And yeah, they do have a reaction to that, right? Just because of how rare it is, how difficult it is to do something like this professionally, right? It's just... I recently had to renew my mortgage, right? And the mortgage broker had the same reaction. Like, wait, what? How do you get paid? Through YouTube? You're the first person I've ever met who's actually succeeded at that. I'm like, thank you. That's what I said. I said, thank you. Hey, Calcifer, first time in the stream. What's up? Long time watcher, first time tuning in Twitch. Not seeing a wrist board is a mind fucking half. So this is the Geoguessr Daily Challenge. I think we're in Africa. I don't know where, though. English Africa? This is like... So we're driving on the right. We don't have a country yet, do we? Thank you, TJ, for the prime. This is Jezza from Top Gear. Where's that, Nripresh? What country? Was I able to lower my interest rate? No. I had to completely refinance. So it wasn't just about the rate. It was about getting my ex-wife and I financially disentangled. Rwanda! Let's go. Lamaze. Is Jezza in Rwanda? Arkin says, imagine your Pete's girlfriend. He says he wants to do a house tour. She's going to be thinking, I have to hide all the strap-ons. That's not possible. Arkin, again, only in your wildest dreams am I catching. In your, of course, your wildest dreams specifically. It's Rwanda, yeah. Nyanza? Where's Nyanza? There? I can dig. Very nice, very nice! But it was Kigali. So I was right. Question number 4. Oh, we got a black screen. Okay. We got some stuff now. It's all good. It's only 200 points. We farts 200 points, okay? It's all good. It doesn't have to be overpowering. You know, you just like do what I do and not think about it ever. This one has really gone off the rails with the wish fulfillment for you guys, eh? Like I know you can keep the homoerotic lust for me bubbling under the surface all you want, but I assure you it will remain unrequited. I'm sorry to say. It's just not my flavor. He's worried about my health? Okay, I accept that. Put it in me for my health. That's what they should have said for all the vaccine ads. Stick it in ya. Remember the Tetris effect with Risk, like you see it on the TV. I think when I was playing it all the time, yeah. I don't really play a ton of Risk anymore. I play a couple of games a day. I used to play it for hours and hours and hours and hours, back to back to back to back to back. Look, South America. Sun position, Southwest. Language is English. Language is English. We're driving on the left and it looks tropical. Could this be Australia? It's an island. We're on an island. Is it Bahamas? Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that Bahamas would. Yeah, I think it's Northern Hemisphere. I think it's Caribbean. St. John. St. John. Do we think it could be Bahamas? See, I already knew that about you, Taryn, but I think you might be the minority of the Pete viewers, unfortunately. We don't judge around here. You be you, whoever you are. Honestly, be yourself. That's no obligation to be anyone else. What's St. John? It's capital Cayman, Georgetown, Antigua, and Barbuda. I don't even know where that is. Oh, it was BVI. Fuck yeah. It was BVI. Question number 5. What if you hate yourself and then talk to me? I used to. I could talk to you about that one. What language is that? Cambodian? I was just in Nassau last month. Jelly? How was it? No, that's not Egyptian. That is Cambodian, I'm pretty sure. Cambodian or Lao. Probably Cambodian just because it looks quite developed. That's the Thai flag, but it's not Thai. Is it Thai? Maybe it's the Thai language. Yeah, okay. I can see it. It's the Thai language. Maybe not. Maybe Cambodian. Tough to tell. Let's get a flag. Definitely Thailand. Let's go. Jason knows. Do you know the city? You know what? The first step to getting over self-hatred is admitting it, right? Being aware of it, because it helps you from being avoidant. So yeah, I do feel that way. I do feel that emotion. It's not I am that. I feel that, right? Stop yourself from identifying with the negativity, because you get to choose. If you are free in any way, you're free to choose what you do about how you feel. So if we admit to ourselves honestly that we feel like shit about whatever we feel like shit about, what's the next step, right? What are we going to do about that? Yes, exactly. You are not your emotions. They come, they arise, they matter. It's not to be avoidant to them. It's not to ignore them. It's not to minimize them, but it's to say we are not fully identified with how we feel. Phuket. We support Phuket, folks. Where is Phuket? Phuket. Phuke! On the peninsula, thank you. Dumb question. How do you know if you hate yourself? If you have symptoms you don't know if you do or not? Ask. Just ask. So we don't, one thing I don't think we do very well in general, Wald, is we don't ask ourselves honest, curious questions with the assumption that we don't know the answer, right? You assume, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you're unique, but most people assume they know themselves very well. And that assumption, I think, is kind of false, because you live inside of yourself. You've watched yourself. You probably remember a lot about yourself. But chances are you've changed. And chances are the heuristics that you put into place as a child, right? Some of that might be bad programming. Some of that might need to be growth, transcendence, right? If you notice yourself falling into the same negative patterns and cycles and going, why do I feel this way? I don't want to be depressed. Why do I feel this way? Why can't I seem to X? Why can't I seem to do this thing that I want to do? Why can't I seem to be the person I aspire to be? Well, ask yourself the question, listen very carefully for the answer, and assume that it's an honest answer when it comes. How did you find out you were gay? It's that old question again. Have you stopped beating your wife yet? The no-win scenario. That's another. That question is another version of the trolley problem. Back acting up again? Nah, I just decided to sit down because Jordan. Like a Jordan. Sit on the heating pad because it occurred to me that I did lift a bunch of bricks today. So, all right, folks. With Time Guess, our job is to guess not only the place, but also the time. Who can read Arabic? Do your parents know you're gay? Exactly. That's the one. Do we think this is a mon? Yes, it's good money. Yeah, I like this game a lot. $1968. Zoom into what? What do you want to see, Slayer? The Arabic script? I can't read Arabic, so someone's going to have to help me. I'm from Jordan? Okay. What does that say? Is that a date? Those are numerals, right? It's a movie name. Oh, okay. It's a movie theater. All right. Well, what year are we thinking? It's kind of like an Art Deco building. So that building could be, I'd say, as old as the 30s. But it probably wasn't. This photo probably wasn't taken in the 30s. You can tell by the architecture, right? You see all the deco influences. I'm going to go 1950 here, unless you guys can talk me. I don't see any motorized anything. I see oh wait, are there cars there? Not really. I can't quite tell. All right, I think this is all we're getting from this. So I'm going to pick a Mon Jordan in 1950. 1937. It was deco. Oh, and it was in Tel Aviv. Oh. Tel Aviv in 1937. Crazy. Question number 2. This is Tour de France? Yeah, it was. Thanks for your support. What do we think this is? Also, we got to get the year. Something Field Branch, Royal British Legion. It's a bike race in England. I don't think it is Tour de France. I think it's a bike race in England. Maybe not. G.W. Hardy and Son. Yeah, the signage is in English. Right? We got an English flag up here in the corner. I don't think it's London. Yorkshire. What does it say? In Canfield? Arkin, can you read this? Birmingham? Guess as good as mine. Are people holding up cell phones? This guy's taking a picture on an iPad. This is already going to be like fucking almost 20 years ago. No, it's in the last 15 years. Yeah, we got a lot of phones. Okay. 2017? Okay. 2015? Okay. Do we have the place at all? Good weather. Maybe more southern. Good point. Southern England. Does anyone know a place called Inkenfield? I just can't read the word. It's more Northern England. Somewhere in the Northern Territories? I know, this one smacks of England, but I can't quite get the place. Arkansas, Northern England. I'm English. I've never heard of it. I think it's London. All right, fine. Fair enough. Putting it in 2015 in London. Near Cambridge? Okay. How near? Leconfield. Oh, did I not click? We get no points because it doesn't auto-detect your position. This game really frustrates me in that regard. It doesn't actually give you the answer either. So we would have had 1 point off, and the town is called Finchingfield. Okay. Singapore. I know, it should have. That's what I'm saying, dude. I should call the fine people at Geoguessr and give them a piece of my mind. How do you know it's Singapore? Because it says Singapore right there. Oh, sorry, my head's blocking it. That's why. I'm blocking key information from the people. Pete, you gotta move your big fat head, you fuck. All right, these are fairly new F1 cars, right? Singapore Airlines. Where is Singapore? Right here. So Singapore is an island at the tip of the Malaysian peninsula, which is next to Thailand. And so Singapore is between Malaysia and Indonesia. Sinapre. Oh, I see. Yes. The G is silent. Grimbot is saying that we're not reading the country correctly. It's Sinapre. Zoom in on the cars. You got it. What do you got? What year? What year do we think it is? Anyone know anything about F1? Singapore's not a real place? Incorrect, sir. I have been to Singapore, and it was not only a real place, it was a fantastic place. It's real and it's fantastic. Fuck no. Why not? 2024? It's real and it's spectacular. It's the only country to become independent involuntarily. Part of F1 since 2009 or so. TJ says he's a F1 fan. We're putting it in Singapore in 2024. Do you happen to know where the race is held? Or should I just pick downtown? 30 seconds. Where is the racetrack? Oh, now you're just chirping me, sir. It is downtown. Okay, sick. Popping it down. Spot on, folks. Spot on. Formula One Grand Prix. McLaren driver Lando Norris leads starting grid at the Marina Bay Street Circuit. I have been to Singapore, and it was a fucking cool place. Oh, we got older. Are these older F1 cars? Okay. Where are we here? Monte Carlo, I think that says. Do we think this is Monaco? Man, I'm good at being wrong. This is old as hell. I think these are old F1 cars, though, right? Is that what they look? That's what they originally looked like, or no? Monaco Grand Prix from back in the day, yeah, in like the 60s, right? Sorry, where's Monaco? Here, Monaco Grand Prix. Monaco turn 1. What year do we think? 62? 62? 65? Newer, older? $1958. All right, I'm going to put 58. Pumping it down. 1952 Monaco sports car race. Final question. Is that Jane Mansfield? And a bunch of dudes. I played Formula 1 on N64. I don't know. Don't know I ever had that one. Okay, I think. Now, what a view. I know they are. When was Jane Mansfield a famous person? The 50s, right? Where do we think this is? LA? It's like a baseball game, yeah. Any cold trips? Been a minute. Yeah, man. I'm good. Good. And yourself? Yeah, what are they playing over there? I don't think anyone cares. They're all looking at her. They're all looking. Listen, you. Place your pin on the map. 1959, and it was in a Tottenham versus Wolverhampton. Okay. There was no way I was getting that, but it was a soccer game. Good night, Joe. We had a terrible round because we missed a bunch of points. But hey, I'm going to finish with the food guesser. And your job for food guesser is to not only be very hungry, but guess where this dish is originally from. Starting with flour, milk, sugar, yeast, butter, salt, eggs, optional vanilla extract, lemon zest, poppy seeds, plum jam, cinnamon. This dish is a soft, pillowy, steamed bread roll prepared from flour, yeast, sugar, milk, and butter, uniquely combined sweet and savory elements, served with creamy vanilla compote, dash of cinnamon. This looks like Chinese food to me. No, it's not. Some kind of Christmas. I thought China too, Ange, but it does look like bao, but this tells me no. This tells me more Europe. The ingredients seem European. You think it's Russian? We're cold. We are north and west of Russia. So this is Norway? No. South? Germany? Huh. Dampfnudel. That is German food. I would not have guessed that. Dampfnudel. Question number 2. What is that? Feta? Red pepper, olive oil, garlic, lemon juice, vinegar, yogurt, chili pepper, oregano. This dish is a creamy and spicy cheese dip made with feta cheese. Its main ingredient, well, starting with feta, gotta be grease. Yep. Tiro Cafteri. That's fucking bao. It looked like bao. It did. Final question. Glutinous rice flour, water, sugar, salt, yeast, red bean paste, oil, sesame, coconut flakes. This looks Chinese. No. French? There's your Chinese. I thought it was. Korea? All right, let's try China. Okay, borders. You guys were right with Korea. Good call. Trapsal donut from Korea. Are we a gastronomical genius? Of course we are, folks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for helping. And wherever you find yourself in this big old world, I wish you the very best.